Alright, what is up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here as we're watching Survivor Series 2016, the Raw versus SmackDown Men's 5-on-5. Honestly, in my opinion, this was the match that I was, for the most part, looking forward to more than anything else up into this last week until I really bought into Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. I thought this was a really, really good match. I think this really goes up against the 2014 Team Authority versus Team Cena Survivor Series match. I think that this is possibly one of the best Survivor Series elimination matches that they've done in a long time. They really built up the Raw versus SmackDown feud. I know that this feud hasn't been really going on that long since the draft only happened back in, I believe, June. And, here we are in October. This match would have honestly meant a whole lot more next year. But I think because a lot of the rivalries were still fresh, like when Jericho and AJ Styles, or when Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose, or Braun Strowman was in the ring with Bray Wyatt, as well as Chris Jericho, sort of playing on, whose side is he really on? Is he still with the Wyatts? Is he not with the Wyatts? A lot of these sort of feuds all tangled together so well. This really, really paid off, and this was a really, really good match. Honestly, very surprised that the outcome came with Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton becoming the Ultimate Survivors. The Wyatts basically beating the Shield in the end. Lots of big surprises. Shane McMahon was a big part of this. He was possibly one of the MVPs of SmackDown before he got knocked out. He took it to Rollins. He took it to Reigns. He almost eliminated Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, of course, hit the big spear, which led to him and his concussion with him being taken out of the mat. It really didn't matter. I mean, it looked like Shane wasn't kicking out anyways, but I think the ref, midway through his 3 count, I think he sort of adjusted what he was doing. It looked like Randy Orton was going to be coming in, and it didn't look like he was waiting to make the save. It looked like he was going to be waiting to hit an RKO on Roman Reigns coming off of the pinfall. So SmackDown would immediately jump back into the game. But I thought this was a really, really good match. I really liked it when they lined up a few times. Really did like the 5-on-5 just sort of battle. They did that during the tag team one as well, where just it sort of broke down and just the tag portion and just turned into like a, the outsiders versus the Shoshes, or just a all-out battle like it would be if these guys ran into each other on the street, which made me think about that first episode of Impact on Destination America, where they had Bobby Roode and MVP basically have the rumble in the street. But this was a really, really good match. I'm really surprised they gave Team SmackDown the win. I don't know what that means for The Undertaker. I do know that they did have a breakdown in this match with AJ Styles leading to Dean Ambrose being eliminated, and then Dean Ambrose coming back down, leading to AJ Styles being eliminated. So maybe Undertaker shows up at TLC and shows these guys what it's like to be a team, but is Undertaker really going to be mad at these guys? They did attack each other and get each other eliminated, but in the end, the Wyatts led to them getting the victory. And with Bray Wyatt and the Wyatts getting another victory here, their team is getting stronger. They lose Braun Strowman to Monday Night Raw during the draft. They lose Eric Rowan to injury. So it's Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt. They add Randy Orton to the group. Here they are. Bray Wyatt won in the main event of No Mercy. Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton win this Survivor Series match. So where's this going? Undertaker and Kane versus the Wyatts, Orton, Bray Wyatt, and Luke Harper. That doesn't sound very big. I've talked about this for years, that I think the Undertaker versus Kane storyline should end with them having a WrestleMania match and then basically them descending to hell if you can find some way to light the ring on fire or make it melt to the ground. Something like that. I got no clue, but the way that they've kept that storyline intact more than anything else in WWE. They fuck things up all the time, but they'll never mess with Undertaker. They never mess with Kane. Um, Basically, they break the match down. Strowman pinned Ambrose with a power slam after Ambrose and Jericho went after each other. Then basically, Braun Strowman was counted out after Ellsworth held his feet under the ring, much like he was trying to pull off being Hornswoggle or something like that. And of course, then Strowman went after Ellsworth, beating him up the ramp and then throwing him off of the ramp through a table. We have Kevin Owens, who is disqualified. They probably wanted to save him for the fact that he was the Universal Champion and didn't want him, taking a fall. He was DQ'd by hitting AJ Styles with Chris Jericho's list. And then when Chris Jericho picked the list up off the ground and was yelling at Owens that he couldn't believe that he would, mess with the list, Jericho was hit with an RKO. And that sent Jericho packing. Shane then, of course, climbed to the top rope. He tried to do the coast-to-coast dropkick, much like Rob Van Dam's Terminator, where he was met with a spear from Roman Reigns. It really looked like Shane got messed up, either like a head-to-head sort of collision there. It was 1, 2, and then the referee stopped counting, and then he just basically said, it's over and done with. Shane is eliminated. It didn't look like he was going to kick out, but maybe he was going to. I'm not sure, but we'll have to see where we go from there. But from there, Ambrose came back down, attacked AJ Styles. Security came out trying to get Ambrose away. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, they attacked all of the members of the security. Basically, because they knew that as long as Ambrose was out there, he was going to keep beating up AJ Styles. That was the only thing he was focused on, being mad for him being led to his elimination. From there, they did the Shield, the triple power bomb on AJ Styles. And then Rollins threw him back in the ring for the 1, 2, 3. Luke Harper came running down to ringside as that set up basically the Wyatts versus the Shield. Rollins went for a big frog splash on Bray Wyatt, but Orton hit him with the RKO, 1, 2, 3. He was eliminated, just leaving Roman Reigns left with Orton and Wyatt. Reigns fell to the what was it? It was basically Reigns was setting up for the spear on Wyatt, but then Orton shoved Wyatt out of the way. He took the spear, and then Wyatt hit Sister Abigail on Roman Reigns. 1, 2, 3, and there you go. So, damn good match. Very fun. Setting up for Brock versus Goldberg right now.